doing?
I don't want to be filmed. Okay, it's buttons pushed.
Buttons pushed and I get to film. Okay. No, I didn't just fall. But trail goes down through there. Oops, sorry. We came from up there. Doesn't look like a trail. We're sitting with an overlook. As we sit here and I'm trying to hold the camera. We thought, let's talk about somebody and tell how we met. And the ones we're going to talk to you about is our dear brother and sister, William and Shelia Holmes. They live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I'm just going to let you look through there a minute. We first met Shelia first, and we were at a camp meeting, and they were having teaching classes, and we walked in. And were you sitting down first?
I was sitting down in the front row with you beside me, and there was one chair left beside me, and she came bebopping in.
She kind of bounces in.
She kind of bounces. If you ever watch the choir, she's on the end next to the preachers, second row down from the top, and she just praises the Lord with her whole little body, all 98 pounds of her.
And she just came bebopping in, sat down beside you.
And I told you, I said, this is my twin sister, and I didn't even know her name.
And I said, well, y'all don't look like twins. And she said, we're twins. They're kindred spirit twins, and they are twins. And so that was Easter camp meeting. We were there for 4 or 5 days. And y'all had a good time, and Shelia said, y'all come and eat.
So y'all come to our house and eat for Sunday dinner after church. And we were on our way over there after church. And you said, honey.
And then we said, okay. And that was on like a Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
And then it was Saturday, or was it Sunday?
It was Sunday.
Sunday.
You realized.
We were on our way over there, and I'm like, wait a second. This is Easter Sunday. And their family's there. And they invited us. And we called them.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, no, because I had a white suit on.
I had a hot pink suit on.
And we called them. We said, look, I'm sorry. We didn't realize it was Easter Sunday, and we know you want to spend that with your family, and it's okay. We'll do it another time. And she's like, you get over here.
They said, you are family.
Your family, you get over here. And when we pulled up in the driveway, of course, we had seen William, and he's in that choir robe and his suit. And we pulled up, and he's standing out there in that black Nike sweatsuit.
Yeah,
I mean, he was Nike from head to toe. Looked like a Nike commercial.
He did.
And he had that smoker. He had ribs. He had pork. He had steak. He had sausage. He had barbecued chicken. He had hot dogs. He had hamburgers. He had pork chops.
Hot dogs.
I said that, I think.
Oh, hamburgers.
I think that's it. He had, I mean, on the grill, and I'm like.
Shrimp. He had shrimp.
Oh, he had shrimp.
He had shrimp.
He had shrimp. And
we walked inside. And back then, like we told y'all, I was sick. We didn't know what was wrong. And I asked Shelia, can I do anything to help you? And she said, no. She said, just relax. Make yourself at home. And I said, are you sure? And she said, honey. And I said, do you mind if I just sit down in your living room to rest? I feel really weak. And back then they had white leather couch. And honey, I sat back on that couch, and my sister Shelia started singing praises to the Lord. And in 5 minutes, I was asleep. I was drooling. I was snoring, but I could hear her singing. And what's so unusual about that is I'm usually on high alert at somebody's house I've never been to her house before. She was praising the Lord and I was asleep.
Them grandbabies come walking in there.
Shay Shay and KK
Yeah.
and Letha.
They had crawfish. Remember?
They had crawfish.
They
too.
had crawfish.
That's right.
And,
They had everything.
They had everything. Anyway, we ate. They're so gracious. We spent all afternoon there, and
all afternoon.
And
Eating and sleeping.
we took a picture of the four of us in the kitchen that day, which we still have and cherish our picture. But William and Sheila have been a blessing to us, a real blessing to us. They've come to our home when they come to the mountains. We've been to their home when we went down there. But one day we were having a rough time, and William was the general manager of a car dealership. And any of you all that know car dealerships, they don't take days off, they don't take hours off, they don't take time off. But my wife left Sheila a message on her phone, and she didn't even remember what she said. She just said she was missing them. Sheila hung up that phone and called her husband and said, "Tell him you ain't coming in for the next few days." And they took, what, 5 days off?
They took 5 days off.
They took 5 days off. They drove all the way to Tennessee. They drove 718 miles.
And didn't stop.
Just to be with us in a time we needed someone to be with us at.
They blessed us so much.
They blessed us. And we didn't do a lot. We did, I guess, but we just sat.
We took them to Max Patch.
We went to Max Patch.
Yeah.
And William got his drone, and but we just enjoyed each other's fellowship and company, and it was like salve on our hearts.
It was.
And we've never had anybody do anything like that before. But I know one thing: if I ever get the phone call that they need us,
we're there.
We won't hesitate. We'll stop everything we're doing, lock the door, and go. Well,
we don't have a door.
Oh, we don't have a door locked. If they could call right now, we could stop what we're doing, and yeah. Sheila, you're our hope.
Call me Sheila.
Anyway, we love those two.
And sometime now, William has promised us, and it'll probably be June or July of this year, 2020. And we're going to let him probably pick the spot. It might be McAfee Knob. It might be Franconia Ridge. It might be Katahdin.
But he wants to come out and walk some trail.
Yeah.
And so we'll probably do that one week. Whatever he takes, 1 day, 2 day, 4 days. With William, he'll say he'll take only 1 day as he can, but I know him. If he can, he'll get him about 3 or 4 days.
And if he could, he would be out here right now, and we'd be eating good, but it wouldn't be at no table. Steve would kill it and clean it, and William would cook it. And
we'd eat it.
And we'd eat it.
But now, William, I know you say you can't take but a day or two off, so if you're listening to this, I ask you to look at Lee Iacocca. And he ran a pretty big empire. And he took, I think, 9 or 11 weeks of vacation a year, and somebody asked him about it. He said, if you can manage a company of this size, surely you can manage some time off. So, William, there's your challenge. We love them. We can't say enough about them.
They're my brother and my sister.
Yes.
I mean, we love a lot of people, and we love them all the same. We've just had different experiences with all of them, and different timings with all of them. All of them's just as special as the rest.
When William and them were flooded, they thought it was their privilege, but I had the privilege of stopping what I was doing and going down and helping them, and it sure was a blessing to me. So I can't imagine the blessing they got when they came to help us. And a lot of people, so many people, one of the things that we set out to do on this trip was every once in a while just stop and tell a story, one of our stories. We've got 1,000 on each one. But just one of our stories about different people in our life. And just because they're in no random order, and None more special than others, but they're all special in our
It's not
heart.
ever planned. It's just spontaneous. We just sat down to take a break on this thing called the roller coaster, and I said, let's tell a story, honey. And he said, who you want to talk about? I said, well, what do you think about William and Sheila? They've been on our hearts, and that's how we do it.
That's what we do. So as we do our adventures, wherever we are, we'll try to sit down and just tell a story. And my gosh, we got a lot of days we got to do this because we got a lot of people we love.
That's right.
And we love y'all.
Do an earring check. I got 2 earrings on.
Earring check. Okay.
Okay.
Love you.
All.
And what do I always say?
Goodbye.